Hey guys, and welcome to part 27 of my Let's Play of Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 for the PlayStation 3. So, yesterday I posted up the final video for Shadow's story. However, we're not going to the final story just yet. And by just yet, I mean we have quite a lot more to do. This game is 10 years old this year, and so I use massive air quotes here for myself, celebration, I am doing everything. So we got town missions. We have like 3 different sets of DLC for each character. We have hard mode versions of the levels. But before all that, I'm going after the silver medals of Soliana. Now these are located in the hub worlds, and they're located within the action stages in their normal gameplay. So they're not in hard mode, they're not in DLC, they're just in the story mode and the normal mode. And there's 10 of them hidden in each action stage. Now because it's just the standard level, we've seen it already. So I'm going to be editing past most of the levels. What you're going to be seeing is only where the silver medals are. I'm only showcasing anything else if I think that the medals are so close to each other there's really no point in loading them, and I don't know what happened with the graphic there. There's no point in editing them because they're so close to each other. I decided to showcase where everything is in the hub worlds because finding them in these places can be quite confusing. So I decided to do the hub worlds first, and these are certainly the most annoying silver medals, especially here. So I'm starting in Soliana's castle town. Now there are 10 silver medals in each of the stages, but in the hub worlds there's a total of 30. Now you'd think with 3 hub worlds, then that should mean that there is 10 silver medals in each one, but sadly that's not the case. New City has 5 silver medals. The forest, despite its gargantuan size, only has 5 as well, meaning that this maze of a hub world that is Castletown for each character contains 20 silver medals, and finding them can be quite, well, it's actually very confusing. Sonic isn't so bad because, with the exception of a few, you can pretty much just do a circuit of the hub world and then you can cover the ones in the middle. So, of course, I did have to use a guide for this. I used a guide to create a guide, yes. So, accuse me of cheating if you will. I don't care. I know it's cheating, but, you know, this is the most pointless part of the game, really, because collecting the silver medals doesn't do anything. All it does is just, you get a gold medal for collecting all of them in the stage. And, well, as we already know, gold medals don't do anything in this game, so it makes collecting the silver medals pointless. And in case anyone's curious, there are bronze medals in this game, but they're found only in town missions, so we'll be getting to those when I'm done with the silver medals. But finding them in this particular hub world can be quite annoying. I mean, it's not so bad in New City because that one's quite easy to make your way around. The forest, on the other hand, that is much worse. And well, obviously with Sonic, I do have the blue gem, which I will be using to make my way around it. I haven't recorded it for Silver yet. He's going to be next, and of course that means I have to make my way around that hub world at Silver's speed, which really makes me wonder why the speed chip was taken out of the game before its final release. Because that was going to be one of his upgrades. They were going to actually give him a speed boost. But as with many things, it was promised but never came to be. I bet it is still in the game's files somewhere, because there's a lot of stuff that is in the game's files that we can't access. Unless you hack it. But they weren't actually taken out. Many of Sonic's gems in the hub worlds, this one in particular, do require you to make use of your gems. Primarily the sky gem, but some of them will also want you to make use of the purple gem, or at least to make life easier you can use the purple gem. But there's a lot that are on top of the roofs, and while there are plenty of springs around to launch you to them, there are some which I think you can only get via the sky gem. You can only do that in this hub world, because if you try and use the sky gem on the buildings in the New City hub world, Sonic just clips through the roofs. like there's no collision detection on the tops of the buildings in New City, but there is in Castletown. And we're grabbing the last one now. Huzzah! Now, I do it here, but just in case something goes wrong, and when that happens, the medals, once they're collected, they're collected. They won't show up again. So I save there. I don't save after collecting the next set of silver medals. It's best you do, because if you end up leaving the hub world but you don't save, there's no auto save, so you will want to save. Otherwise, you're going to have to collect all of those medals all over again. And my trip back is filled to the brim with slowdown. But then again, this game is Slowdown, the video game, especially on the PS3. But we can finally head into the New City hub world, which only has 5 silver medals, and they're really not that hard to find either. Although, I will say, I did have a little bit of fun at the beginning of this hub world trying to do a few weird things. Well, I shouldn't say trying, because they happen by complete accident. Because there's a really weird, I'm not really sure what it is, like collision detection, I guess? It seems to think you're on a different surface to what you actually are on. So as we've seen, for some reason, no matter how shallow it is, when Sonic is in the water, it gimps his jump. And when I approach this fence here, it seems to think Sonic is in the water, even though he isn't. So my jump is gimped, like that. And it even makes the splashing sound effect. And that applies there as well. Like my jump was gimped there, because it thinks I'm on water, even though I'm not. And I have no idea why it does that, but then again, anything that you don't understand, the answer is simply, it's Sonic 06. That is all you need to say, really. Well, our next silver medal is located in the secret room. It's located next to the White Acropolis mirror, which is now gone. That's the room that Shadow and Rouge are in when they first enter the New City hub world. Yeah, there's a little way you can find out where the silver medal is nearby. There'll be a little sound effect you can hear. It's quite faint, especially when you also have the music playing, or if it's in a stage, there might be other sounds like enemies. But there is a sound effect for when a medal appears, but sometimes I just plain don't hear it. I don't know why, but that's what you gotta look out for. By the way, I have no idea what happens here. Sonic falls over because I'm using the blue gem, and for some reason his speed becomes really slow until I hit the wall. That's not the first time that's happened. I think it has happened a couple of times, primarily in Radical Train. And unfortunately, that door right there is closed off. You can't just go from one hub world to the other. You have to access both hub worlds from the Castle Town. You can't just go from New City to the forest. You have to go to New City, then you have to spend another 30-second loading screen going back to Castle Town, make your way to the other door, then go through another 30 seconds just to get to the forest. I don't know why we can't just go through the other set of doors, but no, we have to go to this hub world first, and that happens with each story. So I'm completely stumped as to why that is, but thankfully, because of where it brings us out, we're nowhere near the actual door, so I don't know why the stage doesn't just load Sonic in front of the New City doorway, but it doesn't. So it makes our journey a little easier. We don't have to wait quite as long to get. We have to make quite as long a journey to get to the forest. And of course, we all know this hub world is very, very big. Oh, have you seen Froggy? Anyway, this hub world is gargantuan, and there's only 5 medals in it. Thankfully, this first medal is very easy to find. What you're mainly going to be trying to make use of here is the blue gem, which I'm convinced exists solely for this. It's Soliana for this hub world. And I do end up missing the area I'm supposed to go into here. So, Sonic, pass me, turn around, thank you, pass me. Pass me, why are you running into the walls? Sonic is harder to steer when he's using the blue gem. It's better than the dash pads, in the sense that you can actually turn around, but you will, anytime Sonic collides with something, he falls over. This is the most annoying part, trying to make your way around all of these trees. It's surprisingly easy to get lost. It's probably just me, but I find it very easy to get lost. And these are the annoying silver medals, the ones that are hidden around there. Silver has even more. There's one that's located near to the entrance of Tropical Jungle, is where I'm heading now. So that one's a bit easy to find as long as you remember where the entrance to the stage is. But like, what is compelling you to go all the way over here? Just like, what compels you to do that? And it's still, I still don't see the silver medals as an excuse for having the hub worlds this big. Is that there's nothing here? We have this massive open bit with no silver medals in it. Past me, you're going the wrong way. Past me. Come on, past me. No, a bit further away. There you go. You got to use the bounce bracelets to get up to here. And this is actually a section of the hub world that we never actually go to. And you can go into this set of ruins here, where despite you can fall over on that. Look, why can't Sonic just step over those things? I don't get it. Why can't he just step over it? Ah, but we're finally done. Okay, that is all of the silver medals in the hub worlds for Sonic, and now it's time to go into his action stages. Now again, I'm not showcasing the entire stage as such. Each of these silver medal runs will be 2 parts per character. So the first part will contain the hub worlds and the first few levels. So like this video will go up the hub worlds, Wave Ocean, Dusty Desert, and White Acropolis. And then the second video will contain Crisis City, Flame Core, Radical Train, Tropical Jungle, Tails' Wave Ocean, Kingdom Valley, and Aquatic Base. And I only showcase it if I feel there's something new that we haven't seen. Like I skipped this part of the hub world because I went through the rainbow hoops. So that's why I'm showing this off. That silver medal was quite a pain to get. Like you saw how close to the wall I got. That was my second attempt. During these videos, you'll notice that with each of the editings, you'll notice how some of how my score and my life count will continually be going up and down. That's because of where I'm editing out deaths. And some of these silver medals are located in rather annoying places where you either only have one shot of getting it, otherwise I have to hit restart, which costs me a life, or I just end up dying because of its placement. There are some silver medals that require me to defeat all of the enemies in an area. You know, that's not so bad, except for one in Flame Core, which we'll be getting to. And then, of course, we have the max speed sections. So that one is relatively easy. This, I don't know what happened here. There's no light speed dash, but for some reason Sonic suddenly started going twice as fast. And this is the worst medal right here. I hate the placement of this one, because I swear that one is impossible to do without taking a hit. And then there are times where you have to jump for them, and obviously you can't turn Sonic around. Miss it, you have to die and try again. It took me loads of attempts to get that last medal. And then we presented with the gold medal. I'm showing all of these just to showcase that I really did get them all. And then remember to save your game, otherwise you will exit the level and find that you have to collect 10 medals again. It won't count, it won't have saved it. You guys saw that I failed on getting my S rank in Silver's Dusty Desert, so I tried it again, spent well over half an hour doing about 2 runs of the stage, if not more than that actually, to try and get that S rank, and when I finally did, I thought I hit save, it turns out I didn't, so now I have to get that S rank again, if I even bother. But anyway, Dusty Desert. Okay, so because of this level is one of Sonic's shortest, in terms of how quickly you can go through it, that's not the case with the silver medals, and this one requires quite a lot of exploration. Like, a lot of the silver medals are located in areas you wouldn't actually think of going to, and this one is, well, it's pretty much the definition of exploration. You have to go all over the place to find these silver medals. To some, that might seem like a bad thing. You might struggle to find where their locations are. To others, well, it encourages exploration. I think that's a good thing. Although some of these platforms are a bit on the narrow side, or a bit tight with the jumps, like that one. This one's took me a few attempts. Avoid those dash pads, otherwise you're going to go in too fast. But the annoying thing is the silver medal is located right in front of a dash ramp, which you probably can't see, and you're going to end up hitting it, and it launches you right into the enemy, which again, that shield doesn't protect you from. And in my process of trying to control myself, I turned around and started going back on the loop. These loops are scripted, so Sonic can hang upside down on the loop, just stand there. He can even go into his impatient animation. And I was holding downwards, but Sonic wouldn't turn around, so I had to wait until I hit those dash pads again in order for it to send me in the right direction. Alright, so you have to ignore the correct pathway, and you have to turn around. I think you have to go to the top before actually getting the silver medal, because as far as I'm aware, you can't get to the platforms from the ground. I think they are too high up. So you want to try and jump. Or maybe you can. No, actually I don't think you can. I can check it again at any other point. And now we have to make our way back up to the level. This is the part I wasn't showing off before. This is the other way you're supposed to get up here if you don't go through all the, if you don't wall jump. And then this is probably the easiest silver medal in the entire game. Okay, there we got it. Takes quite a while because you constantly find yourself going back and forth in Dusty Desert, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's a lot of exploration, and I like that. Unfortunately, at the beginning of White Acropolis, we have to collect about 5 silver medals whilst we're on this horrendous snowboard with its horrible controls. Like this one I barely got. Like, you have to jump. Unfortunately, the rocks got in my way, but I just managed to land on that thing and very awkwardly maneuver my way around. You see me slowing down a bit because I'm trying to see where it is I need to turn into and stuff like that. And after about 4 attempts or something like that, I finally got that silver medal. There were a number of deaths. I barely avoided dying there, but there were a lot of deaths, as you can tell by my medal count. And then that one, I managed to get that one on my first try, which was very nice. Of course, that one's located in pretty much the same place as the one I already got in Silver Story for Blaze. The next video does begin without any narration apart from what I said in the Let's Play. Well, in the video originally where I collected them. So it'll be the 2 or 3, however many it was I get in Crisis City, and then I'll be showing off the rest of Crisis City. So it will sort of be in the first part of the it will be in like the second part of the level. And all of a sudden we'll go back to the first part of the level, which will then take us back to the second part of the level. And sadly, when you use the green gem, you don't get the bonus points, even though you're destroying a load of enemies at once. See, that shows the destruction of that thing. I was nowhere near that tower. Its size is quite misleading. It's like as big as the Crisis City tornado in real life. See how much you can skip? I might showcase just how big a shortcut you can take in White Acropolis thanks to that Sky Gem. But anyway, folks, that is all of the silver medals for this video. We still have about 7 actually, 7 stages in Sonic Story left. And once again, I won't be showing off the entire stages, so we can get through all of these quite quickly. So, that said, folks, I will see you guys next time, where we will go after the remaining silver medals of Sonic Story. So, see you guys then.